Postal here. So I've been gone for a couple weeks, as you may have noticed. So I figured I would just try to hop into a game here. So I apologize if you haven't been on my Discord. I kind of sort of got lost in the Discord. My family was sick for a week. Literally my entire family was sick, except for me. And then I finally got sick for the second week. Just knocked on my butt. So 2 weeks. How's the game been for the last 2 weeks? I have no idea. Check some patch notes and stuff like that. Saw some stuff about the Pogo, which is all well and good. And so yeah. So I figured I'd hop into a freaking game and see what I can do here. What are we even up against? We are against... Ooh, speaking of Pogo and a Horton. Who do we got on our team? A 262. Okay, cool. So let's see what we can try to do here. I can definitely outmaneuver both of these guys. I'm basically on par with a Key 162 as far as maneuverability is concerned. Which is going to definitely be more maneuverable than a Pogo. Let's see if we can't get everybody to try to capture the center here. Unfortunately, our 262 is going to be being picked on by that Horton, I guarantee it. I mean, the Horton's basically built to harass heavy fighters, so... Let's see what we can do here. We've got kind of the most dogfightiest plane in the game, in this match I should say, not in the game. Ooh, okay. Guess I'm gonna get picked apart by 2 different planes at once. Sip some coffee and welcome back. Man, that is ugly, ugly paint scheme, isn't it? What is our 262 up to? Seems like he's doing something over here, I think. Yeah, this does seem like it. Alright, so let's just head to the center. We can own the center. It's the issue is, of course, they're doing this overpowered thing called teamwork. Neither of their planes are going to be better than our plane, but that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Oh, that's pretty funny. When you've got things like teamwork working for you. Overheated gun. What is my plane doing? Suddenly can't turn? Let's ignore that guy. Because he's moving away. And unfortunately I used my boost thinking I was getting over to the Horton and things of that nature. The reality is I was using it just to go nowhere, it would seem. Aim further out. Give more lead. You gotta do that with this plane. This plane is the only Soviet fighter in the game with 2 30mm cannons. It's not just unique for this line, but it's just unique for the entirety of the game. And that being said, if you've got 2 30mm cannons, if you've played any plane with just 2 30mm cannons, you know it's a lot of trigger discipline. Got to make sure that you're giving enough lead. You've also got to make sure that you're not overheating the cannons too much, too quickly. Here's our Pogo that we want to knock out if we can. heavy fighter. There's a lot of different things going on over here, huh? So we're just going to keep hanging out here. We've got no reason to go anywhere else at this point. Oh, I'd like to try to capture a garrison. Does seem like if we just hang on to this sector, we're going to keep setting ourselves up for success, because this sector is going to capture the other sectors. They're up by 150 points, but that doesn't mean they're going to stay that way. There we go. Hanging on to my extra speed, my engine cooling basically, in case I need to do something versus the Horton. Doesn't really seem to be sticking near me, which is fine. You finally can we get that sector? Possibly. I'm gonna push over in that direction. It's really the only sector that's stopping us from already winning this battle. I'd love to hit my freaking engine cooling here, but I can't. Just again, I gotta kind of save it for the Horton kind of thing. Speaking of, seriously, 1 HP. Not on my watch. Excellent. See if we can't get over here really quick. Accidentally hitting like every single consumable there. I think we're still gonna lose though. Maybe if we can no cap kill all in the center. Oh man, our 262's dead. Lame. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. 'Tis a shame, 'tis a shame. But they did what they needed to do to win. So you can't argue with that. Too strong. Unfortunately, just not able to. The mining facilities, man. The mining facilities are one that we weren't able to overcome their ability to just keep capturing points in the mining facilities. Stuck too long in the center there rather than branching out. It was important to get the center. I should have probably gone for the center first. But I haven't played this plane in a hot minute, and so I wanted to just kind of, stretch my legs, so to speak. But let's head on back. Alright, so we were able to get 18 kills there. 6,300 air damage. Yeah. I know I should have gone for the center in the beginning there. And I think that's really if I had done that, we would have been fine. Because I didn't stay at the center for too long. I mean, yeah, I probably wasted 30 extra seconds at the most in the center, but that was after we had already captured it back. If I had captured it in the first place, then we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? Yeah, that was my mistake, not heading to the center. But it had been a while since I played this plane, and I just want to make sure I knew what the heck I was doing with the cannons. That's really the deal that you have with these planes with two 30mm cannons, is you want to make sure that they are, that you're comfortable with them and they're hitting target. With this plane, it's literally just about tap, tap, tapping. Don't overheat the cannons. Make sure you're giving proper lead. Aiming further out. When in doubt, aim further out. And that way, the slow trajectory of cannons like this will work in your favor. I specifically call that out for this plane because, again, it's the only plane, the only Soviet plane in the game with just two 30mm cannons. This tech line itself is kind of an odd one in that it dives out of left field there at tier 9. You get these from the Lag 3 to the Lag 15. Very strong cannons, centrally located, ease of use, all those going for you from the LA3, LA5, LA7, LA9, and the LA15. All wonderful, right? And then the LA-160, just kind of here at tier 9, just kind of throws everything out of whack with its just two 30mm cannons. Yeah, they're still centrally located, but if you're used to those really nice 23mm cannons that you've had and 20mm cannons on the lower tiers, it kind of gets thrown out the window with the LA-160. I still really like this plane, actually. On paper, it's slightly worse than a Key 162, but in practice, I actually have a lot more success with this plane than I do the Key 162. I don't know if it's because the engine gets knocked out more on the Key 162 or because the range of the guns is slightly less than the Key 162. I mean, on the Key 162, the range is less. These cannons do, I think, a little less damage, but they've got more range, which I really do prefer. I don't know. I don't know why I prefer this plane over the Key 162, but I do, and I enjoy it. Keep in mind, mine's not specialized here. I've just built mine for maneuverability. You've got your airspeed going for you. Yay, that's definitely a good thing. What's kind of annoying about this plane, like all the rest of the Lavochkins, it doesn't have a forward-firing weapon slot. That's annoying for this plane because it's two 30mm cannons. You're not using two 20s or two 23mm cannons. And so two 30mm cannon planes really do benefit from a forward-firing weapon equipment slot. This one doesn't have that. So I don't know quite what I'm going to be going with once I open up the airframe and the engine with a specialization. Probably just my standard speed at that point with an uprated engine and polished skin, but we shall see. I don't get this plane, like, you know, the plane's either alive or dead. There's not really a lot of in between typically. So, you know, having the engine getting knocked out doesn't happen all that often. Having the wings and tail get knocked out doesn't happen all that often. I mean, and if it does, then typically I'm getting knocked down all the way to 0 health anyway, if that makes sense. So I'm not really focused on survivability with this plane, just because of that kind of situation. But I do enjoy this plane. Kind of an odd plane to jump back into the game in, considering two 30mm cannons can be frustrating. You'd think I'd like hop in something like a P40 or a BF-109 of sorts or something, you know, something that gives some ease to it, ease myself back into it. But I figured you'd just jump in the deep end. And my pilot's just a 5-point pilot. I'm definitely going for Marksman 2 here for my 7th points once I get those. Conceivably, I could actually change it out right now, get rid of Aerodynamics Expert, and put Marksman 2 on here. But I seem to be doing okay with the accuracy of the weapon as it is, so I don't want to take away from my improved maneuverability thanks to the Aerodynamics Expert. And so I'll just be patient and get my points built up with this particular pilot. Anyway, I'd love to hear your perspective on this plane. Is this one of those planes? Have you even gone down this line? The Lavochkin line is definitely of all the fighter lines in the game, I think, on the low end as far as popularity is concerned. Definitely don't see a lot of the Lavochkins. Besides the LA5, you don't see a lot of the Lavochkins out there. Tend to see a lot more of the Keys. Tend to see a lot more. I mean, I'm just talking on the low end. You know, Spitfires obviously are super popular right now with the buffs to the American machine guns. All the P-51s are a lot more popular. So I saw the FJ1 earlier today, or the previous battle, I should say. The German fighters are 10 times more popular. The MiGs, even though there's some really bad MiG planes were on that line. The I-210, I'm looking at you. You still see a lot of those planes a lot more, and the Yaks, of course. This plane you just don't see. It's down there, like I said, kind of with the on the low end of the popularity stream. So Love to hear your comments on this. Feel free to down below or hop in my Discord. We can continue the conversation there. Thank you for sticking with me. Sorry that I haven't been around in the last 2 weeks, but I'm definitely feeling better now. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.